and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another tarot reading from me. So today's topic is, by popular request, going to be on who is your future spouse. As usual, I'm going to start by saying that I have chosen these crystals intuitively. I meditated upon the question. I asked Spirit which crystals I should choose for this particular topic. And these are the crystals that came out in this particular order. So pile number 1, you have this kyanite crystal. Pile number 2, you have this, I think it's rose quartz or apatite. I'm not 100% sure if it's rose quartz. I'm more leaning towards rose quartz. In any case, this is the crystal. See if you are drawn to it. All right, pile number 3, you have this fluorite crystal. All right. So these are your options. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Once again, my recommendation is to take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. Meditate upon the question a little bit with your eyes closed. Maybe address it to a higher power or a spiritual guide, and then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And I will see you at your reading. So hello again. This is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. This is going to be the selection of the card. Let's see. Pile number 1, the kyanite. Who is your future spouse? Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 1's future spouse? The people who chose the kyanite crystal, Spirit. Tell me. Okay. Spirit, who is pile number 2's future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. Who is pile number 2's future spouse? Spirit, who is pile number 3's future spouse? All right, so pile number 1, you have the crone with number 13. Pile number 2, you have the nectar with, I think this is 58. Pile number 3, you have the vow with number 54. Okay. So these are your options. I'm going to try to zoom in. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. These are your options. So pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this kyanite crystal. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this rose quartz crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this fluorite crystal. All right. I think that's okay. That's good enough. So these are your options. Pile number 1, number 2, number 3. You can take as much time as you need. Meditate upon the question while breathing longer. Exhaling longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. You can also address the question to a higher spiritual power like God or a guide or a saint or whoever you believe in. Maybe your ancestors. And once you have centered and calmed down and just allowed your mind to go blank a little bit, open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, of course you are free to watch all of them. Sorry, several or even all of them. If you feel drawn to all of them, and just take whichever messages resonate. Before I sign off, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. I will see you at your pile. So welcome pile number 1. This is your reading if you had chosen this card, the Crone, number 13, and or this kyanite crystal. So this is going to be the card selection / shuffling phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you don't want to sit through it, because I will be taking my time. So, Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the kyanite crystal. Tell me about the pile number 1 people. Who is their future spouse? Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the 5 of Swords, the Justice, the Knight of Wands, the Magician, all right, let's get more. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the kyanite crystal. Who is their future spouse, Spirit? We have the, number 15. This is the Devil. Okay. It's called the Liar here. Ooh, the Ace of Pentacles again. We have the, Keeper of Spells. I think this is the Knight of Swords, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to search for it. And we have the 6 of Spells, which, I think Spells is actually Wands. So this could be like the Knight of Wands, and this could be the 6 of Wands, but I have to check at the end. Oh my God, we have the Hanged Man again. All right. And we have the Sun. All right, so let me check these cards to make sure. Okay, so I have done some research, and the Keeper is the King. The spells are the Wands, like I said. So you have the King of Wands here, and you have the 6 of Wands, and you have the Hanged Man coming out twice. All right, let's see what's going to come through the Oracle cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the kyanite crystal. Tell me, who is their future spouse? The Horse and the Bluebell. Modest Fortitude. Ooh, cute. And the number is 49, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It's Roman numerals. I haven't used them since the 3rd grade, y'all. Anyway, let's see more Oracle cards. Who's pile number 1's future husband, Spirit? Sorry, spouse. Who's pile number 1's future spouse, Spirit? Who is pile number 1's future spouse, Spirit? Tell me, Spirit. Okay, Fruit of Knowledge. Fruit of Knowledge, all right. So pile number 1, let's see your Oracle cards. You have Fruit of Knowledge over here with the number, okay, the number 15, just like the Devil, which came out as well. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's the theme of temptation here. Let's see, we have Peregrine Falcon with Observation. We have 19, the Tower. Isolation. I think this is Authority. Observation, Authority, Official Buildings. Loneliness, Ego, Government. And we also have this with the Horse and Bluebell, Modest Fortitude. And I think this is the number 49. I'm not 100% sure. If you know Roman numerals better than I do, please let me know. But I think it's 49. It's XLIX. And if it is the number 49, that means this actually boils down to a number 13, just like this card that came out, the first one, because it's 4 plus 9. Interesting. Loads of repetitions. And you also have the Hanged Man coming out twice. Really cool. A lot of fire energy as well. We have the King of Wands. We have the Sun energy underneath the Magician. So this person, I'm going to be blunt with the first thing that comes through my mind here, because we have the Justice card here with the Six of Wands underneath. For many of you, this could be someone who was married before with this position here. With the Hanged Man coming out twice, this could be someone who has Libra placements. Someone who is definitely not impulsive like most of the times. I mean, this is someone who thinks things through. We also have the Five of Swords here with the King of Wands underneath. This gives me like a strategic thinker sort of vibe here. Even though we also have the Devil. We have the Devil underneath the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm getting a feeling of this is a person of positions of authority, but this is also someone who may have struggled with addictions, and or there's someone who has a lot of root chakra energy. This is someone who has a lot of sexual energy, to be fair, and there may have been issues with respect to abusing that energy in the past, either through addictions of all kinds or being promiscuous or something like that. I'm going to see what else is going to come through as I go along, because I'm also going to be looking at astrological insights. Let me try not to shine the light exactly on the card. All right. But yeah, this is pretty much what I'm getting here. Like, this is a person who has a lot of authority, someone who's really determined, may have been divorced, like I said. Oh my God, we have the Ace of Pentacles twice as well. I forgot to mention that. We have it here as well. See, I couldn't see it because of the light shining on it. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here, and we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So definitely with all the Ace of Pentacles energy going on, I'm sorry, this is a person who's quite wealthy. This is a person who's also going to seem like a gift to you. This is a person who is, I'm getting really strong vibes of someone who is self-employed, someone who is really independent in their lives. We also have the Magician and the Sun here. I mean, the Magician is a number 1, and the Sun energy also has the number 1 in numerology. So this could be someone with actual Leo placements, or this could be someone with placements in the nakshatras ruled by the Sun, which are Kritika, Uttara Falguni, and Uttara Shadha. It could also be someone who has a very strong Sun energy. So overall, I'm getting a predominance of masculine energy through these cards. But of course, that doesn't mean that if this is a woman, she's going to look masculine necessarily. But I see a lot of like fortitude here, actually. And you have this card with fortitude, with modest fortitude. So again, this kind of gives me Libra energy. Someone who's kind of like an iron fist in a velvet glove, at least on the surface. This is really specific for some of you. They might actually have placements in Ashwini or Satabisha as well, which are connected to the horse. Or they could have placements in the sign of the horse in Chinese astrology, right? So like maybe they're born in the month of the horse, which is June, maybe early July. Or they could be born in the year of the horse. But let me not digress too much. Could be a lot of possibilities. So there is this kind of feeling that this is someone who is very self-possessed, honestly, even though they are fighting a lot of desires and they're fighting a lot of passion here. I feel like in the past, actually, no, at the moment when you are seeing this reading, actually, this could be a person who is still kind of giving into a lot of these negative devil energies, like addictions maybe, like they still have some weaknesses going on. I feel like for many of them, it could be that they are a little bit greedy, to be fair. Um, it could be that, you know, there's someone who prizes material possessions above almost anything else. And we also have this indecisiveness. I mean, not just indecisiveness, it could be someone who's kind of like just easily stuck in analysis paralysis. So a lot of Libra energy here, also with the Justice as well. Even though Justice, I would take it as someone who potentially was married before. But I'm seeing this as, yeah, a lot of someone who just ponders the pros and cons of everything, you know, someone who wants to be rational. And they really don't like to take chances, actually, when it comes to big decisions. I see this as, oh, look at this. Yeah, I feel like this person, as the relationship progresses, as they go on in life, from the moment that you see this reading, they will continue on a path of decisiveness, actually. They will become more and more of a passionate, determined individual, full of like childlike almost enthusiasm, but at the same time possessing a kind of maturity and a sense of authority. This could actually be someone who is in a management position, or like I said, they could be self-employed, but they could be like a business owner. So I'm getting strong indicators that this could be someone who is leading other people. Maybe they are responsible for a lot of people. With the sun energy, this could also be kind of a father archetype. Obviously, for some, it could be that they're literally fathers, like maybe they have kids, but it doesn't necessarily have to be literal. It could just be that they are a father figure to many. Maybe there's someone who is kind of a protector and provider. Maybe they have a lot of people in their family that depend on them. It could also be, again, that they are, like I said, a leader. Maybe they have a lot of subordinates. Fruit of knowledge with the number 15. Yeah, this is Mercury energy as well. I'm getting business. Like, this person could be into business. This is what I'm getting really strongly here. And, oh, it's not a mistake to me. Also, we have so much sun energy. Look at this. We have 19 on the tower, the number 19. And number 19 is 1 plus 9. That's a 1. That's the number 1, which is ruled by the sun in numerology. And also in numerology, in astrology, sorry, the first house is ruled by the sun. The karaka of the first house is the sun. But won't get too much into that. So there's this very strong sun energy, and sun does rule government. So it's funny that they knew to put this here, government. I wonder if they know in-depth numerology and stuff. Whoever made these cards, you know. So this could be a person who maybe works for the government. It could be, or they work with the government, maybe in collaboration somehow. Could be a thing. But I'm definitely getting like this very strong fiery Leo. Yeah, and again, fire could also be Aries or Sagittarius. So someone who's a leader, someone who's really determined, self-motivated, has some kind of a plan for their lives. They have a not just a plan, they have a vision that they want to achieve. There's someone who's bound to be successful on a pretty grand scale, to be honest. Look at this, the Magician and the Sun underneath. Like this is like a very strong manifester. This is like someone who is like, maybe some people are gonna hate me for saying this, but it makes me think of Ariana Grande's song, like "I Want It, I Get It," or I don't remember what the song was. It was kind of silly, honestly, and childish, but this is kind of like that vibe that I'm getting through this spread. Like, I want it, I get it, like that kind of thing. Someone who's super determined to succeed, but they could be struggling with addictions. Yeah. And I feel like there may have been like some time when there was a lot of like misdirected sexual energy in their lives, you know, maybe they went through a promiscuous phase. Could be. Or they're just someone who has a lot of, like I said, root chakra energy. and they need to learn, like, as they progress in life, they learn how to master that energy, like how to use their sexual energy and root chakra energy for creativity and for pursuing their long-term goals. So someone who's really passionate, that's the plus side of this. All right, let me get some astrological cards now. So, Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is their future spouse? Tell me anything you want to share, anything you can tell me about this person. Who is pile number 1's future spouse? So, let's see. We have Mars, not surprising, more masculine energy. We have conjunction, fusion, and energy. So, a lot of like determination in this person's makeup. We have the 10th house, career and success. Very driven, purposeful. We have 6th house, work and routine. And we have Jupiter, ideals and magnitude. So like I said, a person with a vision. We don't have sun so far, but we do have a lot of fire energy. And yeah, with a Jupiter, this person could be an idealist. There's someone who is probably well educated. I'm thinking probably someone who has a college degree. But even if they don't have a college degree, there's someone who constantly seeks to educate themselves and increase their knowledge of the world and their, how should I put it? Like their overview of the world. They want to keep seeing broader horizons. The 10th house and the 6th house definitely shows that this person is someone that works a lot, could even be a little bit workaholic sometimes. Mars is actually gaining maximum directional strength in the 10th house. So this is, in a weird way, actually confirming what I have said through the cards, that this is someone who's very determined. They probably pursue their career wholeheartedly. They're very determined to succeed, and they probably have some kind of a broad vision for themselves and their lives. The 10th house can also show government, administration, something like that. So someone who's like in a managerial position, for instance, someone where they have to be responsible for more people. The 10th house is also the house of the father in Vedic astrology, at least. So there is kind of a confirmation that this person could be like some kind of a supervisor, a manager, a mentor. The 6th house is about service, and it's also about detail and routine work. So this person could really like routine. They could be really disciplined, but they're also very service oriented. They want to be useful to society at large. They could be working in healthcare, or they could be, again, they could be working for the government. They could be working with animals. Fitness could be a thing. The Mars energy also shows this person enjoys challenges, competitions. 6th house is also about competitions. So for some of you, this person could be quite athletic. Maybe they really like to work out. And they could even be someone who maybe has participated in, sports competitions, or they maybe are even working in something to do with the physical body or health. Like I said, maybe like a fitness instructor. Jupiter can also be about the law, and Jupiter is also the Karaka of children. So yeah, this person could be maybe working with children. That's another thing, because we also have all this sun energy. They could also be like a mentor, a teacher, some kind of a guide or a counselor, consultant, something like that, where they have to advise others. They have to share their knowledge on a regular basis. And again, overall, I'm getting like way more masculine than feminine energy here. But again, doesn't mean that if this is a woman, she's going to have a beard. It's just that she will have a lot of like qualities that society deems to be traditionally masculine. All right, let me get some more stuff. Let me get the Astro dice, actually. Tell me, Spirit, about pile number 1. Who is pile number 1's future spouse? We have the number 8. This is Saturn. Okay. And this is also about wealth. The number 8 in numerology is ruled by Saturn, but it's also particularly connected to power and wealth. We also have the moon. Okay, so we have some feminine energy here. And we have Leo, such a strong confirmation. There's the sun energy as well. So the moon can show this person likes to travel, or they travel a lot for work. They could also be particularly attached to their mother, or their mother has some kind of a very instrumental, fundamental role in their lives. Maybe they work in the same line of work as their mother. The 8th house also shows that this person is into research. They're good at psychology. They could be working with managing finances, other people's finances especially. 8th house is also the house of sexuality. So again, there's kind of a confirmation of that devil energy. Like maybe this person is really passionate, like I said, or they could have struggled with their sexuality in some weird way. I also feel like this could be someone who is interested in the occult, whether that is obvious or not. 8th house is also connected to astrology, tarot, and anything that has to do with the occult, quote unquote. Personally, I would not even put astrology and tarot into the occult category, but a lot of people do. So oftentimes astrologers connected to the 8th house. But yeah, anything like Wicca or like voodoo or hoodoo or conjurings or parapsychology, anything like that connected to 8th house. 8th house is also a house of research, anything that has to do with, turning every stone, leaving no stone unturned. So this person could be into research, they could be into psychology, even if they're not working in these things, maybe they are interested particularly. 8th house can also show a lot of transformations have happened in their lives, a lot of ups and downs. 8th house also has to do with foreign lands, especially the ones where foreign languages are spoken. So maybe this person has something to do with foreign languages. Another thing, maybe their mother tongue is different than yours. Maybe they're somehow connected to foreign languages. Maybe somehow they're a teacher. I don't know. Maybe you met in an area in a different country where there's a foreign language being spoken. 10th house, by the way, 10th, 6th houses, 8th houses being present shows that you could have met this person through their career, your career, any kind of work-related environment. You could have also met through something connected to your health, like getting a health checkup. You could have met through any kind of competition. You could have met through daily routines, either their daily schedules or your daily schedules. You could have met through pets, for instance, like let's say you were walking your dog through the park and that's how you met this person. You could have also met through their family of origin or your family of origin. You could have also met through any activity involving things like banking, insurance, research as well, psychology especially. Maybe even death. That's kind of grim, but it can happen. All right, this is what I see. Also with the moon, it could be that they have, also with the sun and the moon, actually, this is someone who might tend towards a fair complexion, fair skin, eye color, hair color, like as fair as possible within their genetic inheritance. All right, let's get some more messages. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1, future spouse? I keep saying like husband, sorry. Also, Jupiter in the Vedic astrology system is the spouse, the husband archetype in a woman's chart, sorry. So I don't know, maybe that's why. But anyway, tell me about pile number 1's future spouse. Who is this person? Then who is pile number 1's future spouse? Alright, that's enough. So let me break things down. We have, I don't know, a little crown, a little wreath. Is that what it's called? Makes me think of Christmas, honestly. It makes me think of something rustic and traditional. Maybe connected to something Celtic as well. You could also see this, if you stretch it a little bit, you can see it as a kind of a wedding ring or an engagement ring. So just actually that makes me more think of a previous marriage rather than you getting married with this person, because obviously you will marry this person. That's the reading. Anyway, we have a planet. So to me, this is maybe a confirmation that I think this is Saturn. Is it not Saturn? I don't even know. I have to check. But I'm thinking this is Saturn, honestly. So I would see this as a confirmation of that 8 energy. Like maybe this is someone who is pretty aloof on the surface. They could also be potentially more mature than you. It also makes me think, like I said, that maybe they're interested in astronomy or astrology or something. We also have the butterfly, which is a symbol of transformation. This could be someone who has gone through a significant glow up in their lives or have gone through significant transformations, maybe a rags to riches kind of story. We also have a coin here, which to me is like another confirmation of the Ace of Pentacles, that this person is doing really well financially. So we have a bunch of words here. We have, we have blessed. We have blessed, we have imagine, we have believe, and we have hope. So a lot of Jupiterian energy. Believing, hoping, imagining. Yeah, this person is a dreamer. Literally, I was thinking about Imagine by John Lennon, but I think that those lyrics actually match this person. I don't think they're going to be a communist. Won't get too much into that, but if you Google the lyrics, you will know what I'm talking about. It kind of pushes towards communist ideals. But in any case, I feel like this is someone who's kind of like an idealist, you know, and they want universal love and brotherhood of man and all that. We also have this little made with love heart, which makes me think of Taurus energy. This person could like to do things with their hands. They like arts and crafts, and maybe they have a lot of hobbies where they use their hands. We have this thing which is a flower. I think it's called a daisy, right? Those white flowers. So, just makes me think this person could be really pure-hearted, kind of innocent almost in some ways. We have this ... which makes me think of the Hanged Man. I feel like this could be someone that you don't hit it off with right away. Like there could be a significant waiting time for you before you actually start a relationship with this person. Maybe because they tend to hesitate, they tend to, keep pondering all the pros and cons and all that. Or it could just be that things get in the way. We also have a little star here. Makes me think of, again, kind of astrology, something like that, astronomy. Whoops. I need to pick it up. For some reason, I was getting Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So again, maybe this person has kids, or they're really good with kids, or they just have the childlike sort of innocence about them. We also have a little dog here, so maybe they have a dog, or maybe this person has golden retriever energy. Again, this could also be placements in the Chinese sign of the dog, or it could be the nakshatras of Ardra and Mula, which are connected to the dog, or the wolf could be. We also have this sign over here, which just makes me think of symmetry and beauty. I feel like this person could be artistic as well. They really like beauty. And they could be quite classy and refined. We also have a tree here, which makes me think of the tree of knowledge connected to Jupiter. So this person could also have like a strong sense of faith in life. Whether they're religious or not, they're someone who just has a lot of optimism and faith that things are going to work out. And we have a little turtle here, which makes me think of, considering the fact that the Hanged Man came out twice, this is not surprising. This is someone who ponders everything, turns everything upside down, like on every facet to analyze it. So that's what it makes me think of. Like there's someone who is just really thorough and more of a slow and steady wins the race kind of person. And last but not least, we have this little cup of wine, which makes me think of the devil energy, right? Potential addictions. Maybe they really like to drink. Is all I'm going to say, all right? Hopefully they're not an alcoholic. But yeah, this is what I've seen. And now let me get to the handwritten notes. Before I continue, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's the easiest way to support me, and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. And also please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give. Alright, so tell me, Spirit, about pile number 1's future spouse. Who is this person? What the heck is this? This is a leaf. I dry leaves for decorative purposes, and this one just squeezed in. Anyway, tell me, Spirit, about pile number 1. Sorry, it's not a leaf, it's a petal. That's what I wanted to say. It's a petal, not a leaf. It's late, y'all. Anyway, let's see. This is enough. Oh, wow. We have Leo again. Loads of sun energy here. We have, oh my God. Libra. Thank you, Spirit, for being here in my humble abode. And we have some Capricorn. So there's the Saturn energy. There's that number 8 that came through. So this person is climbing the social ladder. And we have Taurus. Oh my God, confirmation of all the signs that I've talked about. What the heck is going on here? I cannot. All right. And we have Pisces. Okay. I was not necessarily expecting that, but okay, we have some Pisces. Not surprising because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, just like Sagittarius. And we do have the Jupiter energy. So let's get to nakshatras. We have Vishakha. I'm laughing about this because I was actually thinking about, should I mention this or not? When I was holding the little cup of wine, I was thinking about Vishakha because they're kind of connected to potential alcoholism. But anyway, it came out. We have Chitra, which is falling in Virgo and Libra. Not surprising because there's a lot of Libra going on here, and it's ruled by Mars. And let's see, we have Mula. So, okay, kind of a confirmation. I did mention Mula. It falls in Sagittarius, ruled by Ketu. Oh, we have Kritika, strong confirmation again. Falls in Aries, Taurus, ruled by the Sun. We have Revati, which falls in Pisces. Maybe that's why Pisces came out. It's ruled by Mercury. Let's see. We have Hasta falling in Virgo, ruled by the Moon. We have Uttra Falguni. Okay. The second sun ruled nakshatra, falling in Leo and Virgo, ruled by the Sun. Okay. So, loads of confirmations. So, let me tell you what else I can see here. Aside from everything that I've said so far, which has been confirmed multiple times, this person definitely could have Leo, Libra placements, maybe some Capricorn, Taurus, all of this. So with the Libra and Taurus coming out, this is a pretty strong Venus energy. So this person could definitely be artistic. There's someone who is, like I said, kind of giving me a bit of an iron fist in the velvet glove sort of energy. Someone who knows how to be firm and, you know, maybe has strong leadership abilities, but is also quite diplomatic, knows how to handle people for the most part. Although with the Kritika energy coming through, this could also be someone who's quite blunt at times. They could have a sharp tongue. The Vishakha energy also heavily confirms what I said about this person being competitive. Vishakha is notoriously ambitious to the point of like walking over dead bodies to get what it wants. No shade to people with Vishakha placements. But they could be extremely competitive, and they are sometimes also known to being quite jealous, you know, when it comes to their competitors. And they can also be jealous in romance as well, because again, they don't like competition at all. We also have the Hasta energy, which shows me, is kind of a confirmation of what I said with that little heart with made with love over here. That this person could like to really use their hands. Maybe they have hobbies that involve using their hands a lot. Maybe they like pottery. Maybe they play an instrument. Somehow their hands, their arms, maybe even their shoulders could really stand out. Maybe they have attractive arms and hands. Maybe they use their hands a lot when they communicate, for instance. They could also have eyes that are greenish. They could have like little tints of green in their eye color. They could also have really intense eyes, a lot of them. They're definitely someone who has a lot of stubbornness, a lot of determination. There's a lot of fixed sign energy here as well. Leo, Taurus, we have Scorpio represented as well. Libra is also quite, Libra is the epitome of, you know, the iron fist and the velvet glove sort of energy. But it's also an energy that knows how to keep a facade of niceness while very determinedly going after what they want. So this is the kind of vibe that I'm getting here, all right? They could also like to cook. They could really like fire. Maybe they really like activities involving fire. Hopefully they don't want to set things on fire, but you know, they could maybe be a firefighter, for instance. They could be someone, actually not so much a firefighter, but like someone who actually works with fire, with heat, maybe like a cook, maybe in a factory where there's a lot of heat. They could also be, like I said, really artistic. They could have a nice voice. They could have, they're also, right off the bat, I should have said this, probably someone who's quite attractive. I mean, we also have the devil energy represented twice as far as I'm concerned, because we have the devil coming out, but then we also have that card with the number 15, which said fruit of knowledge with the snake and the apple, which is so biblical. So it makes me think like this person is a temptation to a lot of people. So they're probably someone who's quite attractive. Especially if this is a man, this could be a really attractive person. But even as a woman, all right, I'm not saying that women are less attractive with these placements. But it's especially true for males because they have a lot of masculine energy with these placements. So with the Chitra energy, also they could have a really nice body. They could be someone who's quite attentive with their appearance, their looks, their style. Maybe they spend quite some time grooming. They go to the gym. With Mula, there's also a lot of interest in research. Like I said, maybe there's someone who really likes to go in depth and read a lot about particular subjects that they're passionate about. Maybe they're actually working in research. They're quite philosophical as well. They could also really like to travel. We have that confirmed with the Revati. They could be also quite lucky when it comes to traveling and dealing with foreign cultures. Maybe they really particularly like air travel. Maybe they could even be working as a stewardess or pilot or something. They could be interested in magic and magicians, magic tricks. They could also be really into philosophy, like like I said, higher learning, because we have that Jupiter energy. So they could be into like loftier ideas and philosophies and stuff like that. And somehow I feel like faith is pretty strong in their lives, but they may not necessarily be religious in the traditional sense. Like maybe they're not part of an organized religion, but they actually have a strong sense of faith. And with Vishaka, again, there's kind of a confirmation that they might be in a position where they're leading, they're mentoring, teaching others, you know. They could also be really into photography. They might be the kind of person who likes to take selfies a lot. Yeah. But they could otherwise just be interested in photography, videography, stuff like that. They could also be into painting. And actually any kind of art form, to be honest. Did I say cooking? I think they really like cooking. And for some of you, they could be interested in making weapons. Not just making weapons, but anything to do with weapons. Maybe they collect weapons, like knives or something. That could be a thing. All right, so this is what I'm seeing so far. Let me try to see if I get other indicators, other notes I can find. All right, so I found these very advanced little bags of transported notes. I'm going to make use of everything I have. Spirit, tell me everything I want to hear. I mean, anything you want to tell me about pile number one's future spouse. All right, we have some of that. Tell me, Spirit. All right. Tell me about pile number one's future spouse, Spirit. Okay, that one just fell out, plopped out. All right, I feel like that's enough. So let's see more stuff. We have, oh my god, Chitra coming out twice. Okay, so maybe this person has placements in Chitra. We also have Jyeshta, which is the sign of the self-made person. And we have Shravana, okay, in Capricorn, ruled by the moon. And these are physical characteristics. We have light hazel eyes. So like I said, could have greenish eyes. This is a confirmation. And we have, what is this? Round eyes, all right. And we have tall. And let's see what else. We have plumpy, okay. And we have heart-shaped face. All right, that's typical for, oh, we still have some more here. I missed them. That's typical for like Hasta energy, Mercury energy. We have hooded eyes, which is typical with all the Scorpio energy coming through. And we have, what's here? Medium build, as in physical build. All right, let's get some more physical characteristics. So just want to say with Gieshta, yeah, this person could be carrying some kind of amulet that has, so there's like a further reinforcement that they might be into things that are superstitious and stuff. And also the fact that this person is really successful within their family. They could be the most successful person, and they're kind of looked up towards, like there's some kind of a, you know, like an elder sibling. Like even if this is the youngest sibling, they're seen as the eldest sibling that everyone turns to for advice. They're definitely someone who's really ambitious. They could have sleep problems, and maybe they stay up at night. And with Shravana, they could be a really good listener, and they have a lot of romantic energy, a lot of imagination. Whenever I look at Shravana, I'm thinking of, well, J.K. Rowling, who has Moon in Shravana. Vivian Lee had Moon in Shravana. A lot of like dreamy, feminine energy, quite mysterious. They're very good at kind of listening. So this is confirming a lot of the hangman energy that I was talking about, like someone who listens a long time before they give their opinion or before they make a decision. You know, they take in a lot of information and they ponder carefully. So they could also be like a good psychotherapist, and they're also just someone who's really good at reading people. You know, Shravana is actually symbolized by the ear. So, yeah, someone who doesn't miss details, you know what I mean? And when it comes to men, it makes me think of Viggo Mortensen, who has prominent Shravana placements and played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings, which is a very wholesome masculine energy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking about when I see Shravana. Although I'm sure that there are degenerate Shravanas out there as well, but let's not think about those. And yeah, Chitra is a confirmation of what I said before. So this is a further confirmation that they're interested in photography. Maybe they're someone who likes to take a lot of selfies. They're really image conscious. They really care about their appearance, and they're probably above average attractive because Chitra is represented by a bright jewel or a diamond. So they're someone who easily attracts a lot of attention. And last but not least, let me get some more physical characteristics. Obviously, as a disclaimer, I feel like I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to remind you that I am reading for a lot of people, so not everyone is going to get all of these things, as you're going to see, because some characteristics will contradict one another. But these are just fun for me to add. Some people like to look at the physical characteristics, other people don't. If you don't want to look at them, then just skip this part, you know what I mean? But yeah, for those of you who would like to get potential physical characteristics, here goes. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is your future spouse? If you can tell me anything about this person's physical appearance, what do they look like? Spirit, what does pile number 1's future spouse look like? What characteristics do they have? All right. A lot of stuff came out. Let's see. We have bohemian style vibes. We have active, someone who's physically active, not surprising with the Mars. We have medium tan skin. We have light tan skin. We have jovial, playful expression. This is the Jupiter energy coming through. We have strong nose. We have round eyes twice, okay. Strong confirmation. This is kind of moon energy. We have fair skin, all right. We have straight hair. Large eyes. Okay, so the eyes are standing out. We have mischievous smile. That's a bit of the Mercury energy coming through with the Hasta maybe. We have sporty casual style. We have hazel eyes. Okay, we also had light hazel eyes, so this person could have hazel eyes. Oh, uniform. All right, so this is a confirmation of what I said. Maybe for some of you, this person is working for the government. I forgot to mention this with Kritika, but there could be a connection to things like defense forces, you know, like military, police or something. We have full lips. Or they could just be someone who wears a uniform for work. Intense gaze, confirmation. Strong build, muscular. We have short to medium height. So height is like all across the board. We have thin lips. Also, lips are all across the board. We have nose bump. They can have a bump on their nose. That's typical for Scorpio a lot of the times. And we have extroverted. Not surprising because there's so much fire energy in this spread and all of the symbols that came through. So this has been pretty much it. Pile number 1. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. And if you have, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with anything you would like to share about this reading, future topics that you would like me to cover, anything you want to share. If you're interested in a private tarot reading, check out the video description. I have left more information about how to get one. I've also left a link to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading. If you're interested in supporting me further, you can do so by clicking the join button, becoming a member for a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which are detailed again if you click on the join button. And if you are interested in astrology, last but not least, check out the video description. I have left a link to my astrology channel there. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights, since I have more than 20 years of experience in reading astrology in both systems. But over the past 10 years or so, I've mainly focused on Vedic because I found it to be more accurate. So anyway, if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe to my astrology channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with the nectar and the number 48, which boils down to a number 12, which boils down to a number 3, which is ruled by Jupiter, and or this rose quartz. This is the card selection phase. If you don't want to stick through it, I'm going to add timestamps. You can skip directly to the reading. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is their future spouse? Anything you want to tell me about this person's future spouse? Okay, we have the Sun. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Judgment card. We have the Moon. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. Wow, so you already have 2 cards in common with pile number 1. I'm not going to say which ones, but if you felt drawn to it, you might want to check it out. All right, now let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is pile number 2's future spouse? Who is pile number 2's future spouse, Spirit? Tell me. We have the oldest one, number 5. I think this is the Hierophant, but I'm going to check again. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have 6 of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Cups. All right. Let me get some oracle cards for you. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. The people who chose the rose quartz. Who is their future spouse? Spirit, who is pile number 2's future spouse? Spirit, who is pile number 2's future spouse? The rose quartz. Spirit, who is pile number 2's future spouse? Tell me. All right, so let's see what you have. We have the fruit bat flying fox with kindness. Cute card. And we have coffin with number 8, ending, love, sadness, loss, sorry. So ending, loss, sadness, depression, illness, transformation. This is giving me Scorpio energy. And we have air, all right, with number 1. This is sun energy. And we have the lizard and the pitcher plant, stagnation, with number 12. All right, ding, ding, ding. The same number you have here with the nectar. Also, it's interesting because you have the nectar and you have this plant which has nectar in it, and that's how it catches flies. All right. So this person right off the bat is someone who is attractive to a lot of people because we have the 7 of Cups here. So this is a person that pretty much like the nectar suggests, this is someone who is really nice, really charismatic, that a lot of people are drawn to. We have the Hierophant here with the Sun. We have the King of Wands. So there are multiple indicators, right? I should have said this from the beginning. If you feel drawn to pile number 1, you might want to check it out, but only if you feel drawn to it. Otherwise, you're going to get all the messages you need to hear from this reading. But anyway, I'm getting this message of this person being kind of like a leader, a teacher, someone who is, you know, sharing knowledge with the world, like guiding others. Someone who's really generous as well. This could also be someone who works directly with money or works with charity, for instance, where they're sharing a lot of their resources, their time, their knowledge with others who are in a lesser position. There's very strong teacher archetype here overall, but could also be someone like a mentor, a manager, someone who just guides others in lesser positions. We also have this energy with the butterfly and the air of a lot of maybe Mercury energy. Also, we have this with fruit bats and flying fox. So it makes me think of someone who maybe has a lot of air in their horoscope as well. So they could have a lot of fire, but they could also have a lot of air. I'm actually seeing a pretty strong balance between all of the 4 elements here with this person, but predominance is air and fire, I would say. There's something very transformative about this person. There's someone who seeks to transform maybe others on a regular basis through their work. So again, that could match someone like a teacher or maybe a personal trainer, a coach or something, a life coach, a psychotherapist, someone who just really wants to help other people improve. And there's someone who is also very rational, someone who has a strong sense of right and wrong as well. And probably someone who is really successful from a social point of view. This is also someone who is coming from a background of a lot of emotional pain. I see that this person could have had a lot of suffering, particularly connected to early childhood, maybe especially with the mother figure. But in any case, even if this is not directly linked to early childhood, this person has gone through a lot of emotional stuff in the past, you know, like someone who has gone through heavy stuff. And because of that heavy stuff, you know, it has made them more empathetic and more understanding towards others. I feel like this is someone who, I've actually heard this like said by someone, like when your heart breaks, make it break open. I heard it and I thought it was such a like, yeah, it's kind of poetic and maybe a little bit cheesy, but you know, this is the kind of energy that I'm getting here. This could be someone whose heart broke open. Like, you know, it's like the heartache that they went through made them more empathetic, more understanding. They have more emotional intelligence. They're also someone who is in a very strong position financially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So they're heading towards a lot of wealth. I wouldn't be surprised if this is someone who is like self-employed, someone who runs their own business. But even if they're not, there's someone who really knows how to handle finances. You know, maybe there's someone who's very into investing. Maybe they have, I don't know, rental properties or something. But their future is looking very lush and very wealthy, honestly. And aside from that, there's this energy of this person wanting to accomplish a lot of things. If there's kind of a downside to it, this could be a person who has a hard time discriminating. Maybe they are prone to burnout because they just throw themselves headfirst towards every opportunity that they want. And they have a hard time maybe saying no to different projects. And I also feel like there's someone who attracts a lot of attention, like I said. Also, what does it say? Stagnation. Yeah. Again, it could be someone who has Libra placements. Like, I'm getting similar vibes to the Hanged Man because we also have number 12 on this card. So someone who maybe has been in limbo for a long time, maybe they're in limbo right now at the moment when you come across this reading, but I feel like they are definitely, working towards their potential. But like I said, there's a lot of heartache in their background. And because of that, there could be sometimes issues with volatility, like emotionally, like someone who has maybe triggers because of past traumas and stuff like that. But anyway, this is pretty much what I see from the cards. So let me get Astro-Cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2's future spouse. Who is this person? Oof. That just fell out. Okay, we have 3 cards that fell out. Let's see. Okay, we have South Node of the Moon, Old Karma. Not surprising because I was getting Scorpio energies, and Ketu, which is the South Node of the Moon, is the co-ruler of Scorpio in Vedic astrology. We have Mercury, Mind and Speech. That's not surprising either with all the air energy. I did say air signs could be coming through. We also have Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio in tropical astrology. And we have 7th house, Love and Partnership. All right. And we have 3rd house, Communication and Interaction. So with all the Scorpio, Pluto energies coming through, like I said, this person could be working in something to do with transformation, like a personal trainer, a coach. More specifically, for those who are not in people-oriented professions, they could be working in, let's say, natural resources, or I don't know, they could be working for Tesla, working on the next electrical model of a car or something, something like that, where they learn how to maximize natural resources. They could be working in waste disposal, waste management. They could be working even in something to do with death directly, like funerals and stuff like that. Yeah, because we also have this 8 with the coffin here. The 7th house here also could show that this person is in a partnership-based business. And the 3rd house, also these are air energies, 7th house, 3rd house. 7th house is the house of marriage, so that doesn't mean much because I did ask future spouse, so clearly you're going to marry this person. But 7th house here can also show this person works in one-to-one positions a lot. Like, again, could be a consultant, a counselor, again, a teacher, or they could be addressing an audience. The 7th house is also audiences. And the 3rd house shows communication is very important in this person's life. So they could be communicating a lot, again, on a regular basis. 3rd house, 7th house can also show that you could have met this person in any kind of a formal setting. So it could be like even a wedding or a ceremony of some kind. Could even be through your careers, them or theirs. 3rd house can also show you could have met them through running errands, short-term travels. You could have met them through their neighborhood, your neighborhood, through younger siblings or extended family, but especially younger siblings. You could have also met online, obviously. That's a strong one. 3rd house also has to do with music. So any activity involving music could be a thing, or they could have a good singing voice and they could be playing an instrument that's really specific. But for some of you, it could be the case. You have the 3rd house and Mercury. Both of them are the same energy, which is like intellect, speech, and it's also the hands and the arms, also the lungs to some extent. So this person could be, like I said, in any kind of profession where they have to communicate on a regular basis. Their business, their work could really depend on their ability to communicate. So they could be in sales, they could be in business. Again, they could be a teacher, any kind of profession where they're sharing knowledge. They could be good at writing as well, reading. They're very intellectually curious. They like to stay open-minded, and they find intellectual pursuits stimulating. Maybe they're a bit of a sapiosexual as well, like someone who really gets turned on by intellect in a potential partner. They could also be someone who has a lot of youthful energy, like maybe they act or look younger than their age. They could be a younger sibling, that's really specific, but for some of you it could be the case. With the South Node of the Moon and the Judgment, I should have seen this coming actually, with the Judgment card coming through. This could be someone that you have known in a past life, someone you have a very strong kind of a karmic bond with, maybe someone that you are meant to marry basically in this lifetime. So if you do have that situation, there could have been like this really strong emotional connection when you first met this person. Like there could have been like some kind of a mutual recognition, a feeling of deja vu. Doesn't have to be like you fell in love at first sight, but it could just be that this person really brought out strong emotions from you the first time you saw them, and vice versa. There could also have been something fated about how you met them. And with the Ketu energy, this also shows like going hand in hand with what I said about this person having a rough start in life. I think there's someone who has a lot of not just emotional intelligence, but like psychic ability. Because of all the traumas that they have gone through, there's someone who really understands the way other people function. They probably have very strong emotional intelligence. Like I said, but they also are borderline psychic. Like they're really good at reading nonverbal signals, for instance, reading other people's, anticipating other people's moves. And they could also be interested in things like the occult, for instance, like even tarot, astrology, stuff like that, maybe Wicca, voodoo, I don't know, anything that has to do with the occult, basically, that would be labeled as occult. They could also be working with electrical devices, especially small electronics, computers, phones, although nowadays pretty much everyone uses those things, even if it's not the main area of their work. They could also be working with cables, for instance, anything that is kind of snake-like, you know, something long. And again, it kind of reinforces the theme of maybe working with death somehow. Yeah. And this also shows that they're quite instinctive. Like, even if this person has a lot of rational ability, which I think they do, they're someone who's very instinctive and they function on this really instinctive level. They're the kind of person that needs to learn on the job in order to understand something. Like, they learn faster through practical application rather than theory. And this is because they have a very sharp intuition as well. All right, let me see what else I get. Spirit. Okay, the Astro dice first. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is this person's future spouse? Okay, we have Pisces. Let's see, where are the other ones? We also have number 3 again. So, a lot of Mercury energy, 3rd house energy, and we have Venus. All right. So, Venus shows this person could have Taurus, Libra placements. I think I did mention Libra. I did mention all the air signs, maybe Aquarius as well. Gemini, Aquarius, but especially Libra placements. And also with Venus coming through, this person is probably really good looking. I'm getting that this person could have a touch of androgyny. They might be, like, they might have physical features that are, you know, somewhere in between. Like, I'm getting a little bit of a Timothée Chalamet, maybe Iniko, you know, the singer. I don't know. Let me think. Who is a little bit androgynous? Loads of people are. Anyway, like, basically, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, they may not have, like, very strong feminine or very strong masculine traits, but they're somewhere in the middle. And they could have this very kind of youthful air about them, you know, a bit of a Peter Pan energy. And they probably have a very pretty face. They probably have traditionally beautiful features, like, especially if this is a man. That's what I was trying to say. This could be someone who's a bit, you know, androgynous, like Timothée Chalamet, because Venus is traditionally feminine. You know, if this is a woman, this could be actually a very traditionally feminine looking woman, but also with a slight touch of youthfulness, childlikeness, something like that. Someone who is, you know, has pretty skin and has nice lips and a nice smile, generally an oval face. They could have greenish eyes as well with the Mercury energy. With Pisces, they could have a very dreamy aura about them. They're probably really romantic, and yeah, they're someone who likes to imagine things a lot. They could have a lot of creativity. And with the third house coming out so strongly, it is coming out as a particularly strong indicator that you have met through third house connected issues. Like, again, could be online, through siblings, through short distance travel, through short distance, short term travel, through running errands, through your neighborhood or their neighborhood, something like that. Or something to do with music or anything involving communication, writing, something like that. Also, their hands and their arms could really stand out. Maybe they're particularly attractive. This is pretty much what I'm getting. And they could have a really nice voice. That's another one. Their voice could really stand out. All right, let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is your future spouse? Who is pile number 2, future spouse? All right, we have blessed. We have hope. We have family. And we have beautiful. You know what I was getting in my head right now for some reason? I don't know if you know that song. Gosh, I forgot who sang it, but it's this song called Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful. It's called Do the Pretty Girl Rock. Oh my god, I don't know who sang it, but it used to be really catchy and really popular like ages ago, maybe a decade ago. I don't know, like Do the Pretty Girl Rock, something like that. I don't know, like someone who is really pretty and like knows that they're pretty, to be honest. Okay, we have, oh, I mean, yeah, someone who's gonna get your heart racing, right? Maybe right off the bat. For some of you, this could be like a love at first sight situation, or from their side, it could be. We have the tree, which makes me think of the tree of knowledge, this person having a lot of wisdom and spirituality. We have the daisy, which makes me think of friendliness and purity. We have the moon here, which again is more like feminine energy. We also have the moon here in the deck. So this person could really have this kind of soothing, maybe almost maternal energy, like very understanding and calm. But they could also be a little bit volatile. Like I said, maybe sometimes they could go hot and cold, or, you know, they could have like strong mood swings. They could also be someone who likes to travel a lot. You know, they could be a little bit inconstant sometimes, is what I'm saying. But they could like to travel a lot, and they could really be into swimming, water, anything to do with, you know, the sea. We also have the dolphins here, which is more playfulness and friendliness, you know, more of that Mercury energy. Maybe this person has a lot of peers, like they could be someone who grew up with a lot of siblings, for instance, or a lot of friends that are kind of sibling-like, or cousins and stuff like that. You know, they could have like a tight-knit family, is what I'm getting. And we have the leaf here. Or it could be like a feather, I'm not sure. Birds of a feather flock together. That was the first thing that came through my mind. Again, this could be to do with that strong sense of deja vu when you meet them. But I'm also thinking swan here for some reason. Like, this is the first thing that makes me think of. Like, maybe there's someone who is, you know, also the 7th house, which is like the house of union and partnership. So I feel like this person is really monogamous. You know, like maybe they're someone who you're gonna feel like you've waited for them your whole life, or they're gonna feel that way. You know, like you're gonna be mating for life with this person, is what I'm getting with the swan energy. Yeah, like you have both waited for each other for a long time. Even if maybe you have had significant relationships in the past, it's like this one is it, you know. All right, this is what I'm getting through the charms in this, and let me move on to more indicators now. I also wanted to say we had blessed and we had family. So this person is very family oriented. They could be really close to their family of origin, unless the family of origin has been horribly abusive for some of them. Or it could be for some of you that this person already has been married and maybe they have kids. Could be. All right, let's see what else I get here through these very high-tech bags of goodies. Tell me, Spirit, about pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2's future spouse. Who is this person? All right. Oh, these fell out. Let me get some more. Tell me about pile number 2's future spouse. Who is this person? All right. So we have some nakshatras here. Let's see. We have Chitra nakshatra. We have Dhanishta. Both of these are ruled by Mars. We have Punarvasa, which is ruled by Jupiter, which is connected to teaching, religion. We have Mula, which is ruled by Ketu, all right. We have Jyeshta, which is ruled by Mercury. We have Anuradha, which is ruled by Saturn. A lot of Scorpio energy, so there is a confirmation of that. Both Anuradha and Jyeshta are falling in Scorpio. So we have red or auburn hair. These are physical characteristics. We have brown eyes. We have hooded eyes. Scorpio energy. Freckles. Okay, red hair and freckles. That's a cliche. We have intense gaze. That's very Scorpio. Again, let's see. We have green eyes. Red hair and green eyes. Such a cliche. All right, so a lot of redheads here. We have facial hair. Let's see. We have dark hazel eyes. We have light to medium blonde hair. We have almond-shaped eyes. We have broad shoulders. That's a lot of sun energy. That will do it. We have jewelry. All right, so that's a confirmation of the Chitra and the Jyeshta. So these are just some general characteristics. I'm gonna get more. Actually, I'm gonna get more in a bit. But what I can say so far, obviously, when it comes to the physical characteristics, take them with a grain of salt. I am reading for a lot of people. Some people really like to take them into account. They're fun to consider, but of course, bear in mind that it's impossible to cover all the different racial backgrounds and ethnicities that could show up for everyone who's watching this video. But, you know, these are fun to consider. If they resonate with a particular person on your mind, it's definitely a hint that you're, you know, going in the right direction. That being said, with the nakshatras here, like I said, there's a lot of confirmations with the Scorpio energy. With the Anuradha, this could be a person who's quite workaholic. They could be someone who on the surface is very in control of themselves, maybe not particularly emotional, but they're very romantic. It's just that they don't show it. And this also could be someone whose love language is acts of service, you know, like someone who bends over backwards for everyone. But okay, that's more specific. With Jyeshta, this is a person who is self-made, you know, so whatever their background is, they're someone who has exceeded or will exceed the potential of their family of origin, let's say, or people from their background. They're someone who is really admired within their family background. They could be like the most successful person in their family. There's someone who's really ambitious, is what I'm saying. This is also someone who might have sleep problems, you know, maybe they have insomnia, they don't sleep at night. They could also be wearing some kind of an amulet or something that has a religious or spiritual significance. They could also be superstitious. That's another one. We have Mula, which is connected to research, and again, makes me think of that Scorpio 8th house energy. So this person could like research. They could be really interested in things like history, for instance, archaeology, genetics, understanding the origins of things. Punarvasa is particularly connected to religion. So maybe there's someone who is actively involved in some kind of organized religion. Maybe it's also kind of a teacher archetype. So someone who likes to share knowledge. So that's a strong confirmation. They could also be someone who succeeds at the second try with something significant in their lives. Dhanishta is a confirmation that this person is really attractive. Their physical body is really attractive. A lot of people are going to notice them. Just to give you some examples, famous women with Dhanishta include Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, Gigi Hadid. Let me think. Who else? I don't know. Tanisha is just notorious for producing women who are very sexy and have a nice body, and the kind of women that a lot of men go gaga for. When it comes to men, they also produce like traditionally masculine men to a large extent. So James McAvoy has strong Tanisha placements. Just to give you an example, I can't think of anyone else right off the top of my head, but Andy Samberg also has some strong Tanisha placements. I don't know how traditionally masculine you would see him, but he's pretty masculine. So men like that, you know, who are kind of typically masculine and the kind of men that a lot of women would find attractive. They could also have like a strong jawline because of that, and they could also be interested in things like military music, national anthems, stuff like that. Drums, a lot of stuff that has drums in it. They could also be into dancing. So a lot of strong root chakra energy. They could also be into things like martial arts, defense, you know, sports in general, but especially things to do with combat. Maybe they're even involved with the military for some of you. If they can also be really good performers, by the way, you know, and Tanisha is also connected to fame. So this could be a person who has a certain level of notoriety, you know, a certain level of fame. Okay, not notoriety. Chitra is also confirming that they are good looking. They could also be interested in things like photography, videography, fashion, anything that's really visual, actually beauty. And Chitra is also sometimes symbolized by a diamond or a jewel, so they really stand out. They are known to be attractive. And they could be someone who takes a lot of selfies, which maybe kind of seems arrogant to some people, but there it is, you know. Some people like to take selfies. What can you do? All right, so this is what I'm getting. I'm going to get some more notes now. All right, before I continue, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And please consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video, and also comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give, all right, or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. So here goes nothing. I'm going to do this at the same time. So Spirit, tell me more information about pile number 2's future spouse. Any kind of information you can give me for pile number 1's future spouse. All right. Okay, I think that's enough. So let's see what we got here. There's a lot of indicators. We have, oh, wow, K2 confirmation. All right, so definitely a lot of K2 energy. What can I say here? Wow, no way. Venus confirmation. Okay. Venus coming out twice. We have Cancer, which is the moon energy. We have Leo, all right, so we have some sun energy as well. We have Taurus energy, so there's more Venus energy here. And let's see, we have Mars energy, so there's some masculinity coming through. Well, not surprising because it came through with the nakshatras previously as well. We also have the sun, so the sun is coming through quite strongly as well. The mamas and the papas, for some reason I got that now. And we have Aries, all right. So we have some pretty strong Mars energy actually here, which is not surprising because Scorpio is ruled by Ketu and Mars in Vedic astrology. We have Purva Bhadrapada ruled by Jupiter. So yeah. I'm suddenly getting that song Black Magic Woman by Santana in my head. Got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy. So obviously, even if this is a man, this is like a black magic man or something. We have Rohini. All right, I'm going to break them down once I get all of them open. We have Uttara Falguni, which is falling in this, ruled by the sun. We have Pushya, which is falling in Cancer, ruled by Saturn. We have Magha Nakshatra. So this person could be like quite well known. We have Shravana falling in Capricorn, ruled by the moon. And we have Revati, okay, falling in Pisces, ruled by Mercury. We do have some Pisces here with the dice. So, in any case, this person is really good looking. Oh my god, really good looking. It started out right from the beginning that this person is probably above average good looking, but then we just kept piling on more evidence, and now we have a lot of evidence that this person is really like, maybe for some of you, like, you know, show-stopping looks. We have Rohini here, which is notoriously known as like the princess of the nakshatras, and it's one of the most beautiful energies. I mean, it's connected to being beautiful and being charming and artistic, and a lot of really good looking people have Rohini placements. They can have really beautiful eyes, especially their eyes could be like their focal point on their face. They also sometimes have a kind of an icy beauty, kind of a cold aloofness to them. For instance, Aishwarya Rai has very strong Rohini placements. Angelina Jolie has Rohini placements. Vivian Lee also had Rohini strongly connected to the face in the horoscope, which makes sense because she was known for her very beautiful eyes. Let me think. Who else? Among men, I don't know a lot of Rohini. I think I said this before. Darren Hayes, the singer from Savage Garden, has Mars and Venus conjunct in Rohini. And I know this because I used to have a crush on him and found out relatively recently that he's gay, which did not surprise me, but let me not go there. Because, like, I seem to have a thing with having crushes on gay celebrities for some reason. In any case, he has this conjunction in Rohini, and he has really pretty eyes. I mean, I think if you, even nowadays, he's still pretty, but he was particularly pretty in his youth, you know. But, you know, with Rohini, you kind of get the general idea. So they tend to be really good looking. I think Greta Garbo also had some prominent Rohini, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she had some strong Rohini energy as well. Yeah. So pretty icy, kind of, you know, cold, aloof, having nice eyes, and kind of a feminine energy, you know, slightly kind of a siren, you know, like singing and dancing and stuff like that could be very Rohini. But you also had some of these more masculine nakshatras, so it's not like they're going to be very, very, how should I put it, feminine necessarily. So I'm getting like a mix. I did say from the beginning that I'm getting kind of an androgynous vibe with this person. So yeah, it's further confirmed here because we also have like Venus and we have Mars. So these are like the archetypal feminine, the archetypal masculine. We also have the sun and moon. So it could just be that this person has like a balance of masculine and feminine traits with their personality and their physical appearance. I'm definitely getting very strong attractiveness with this person. So with all of these planets showing up, they could have like conjunctions between all of these, which would definitely explain a lot of attractiveness. So they could have like Venus conjunct Mars, or they could have Mars conjunct the moon. They could have Sun conjunct Venus. They could have Moon conjunct Sun. So they could have conjunctions between these planets. Maybe they could have Moon conjunct Mars. That would explain the volatility. Yeah, a lot of stuff like this. They could also have maybe prominent conjunctions involving Ketu, like Sun conjunct Ketu, Moon conjunct Ketu, Ketu in the ascendant, something like that. So in any case, with Maga also showing up, Maga is connected to fame, and so is Dhanishta. So these are like the two nakshatras that I would most link to fame. This is why I'm saying that this person could be someone who is really well known, maybe within their community, if not like worldwide or something. For some of you, maybe they're like an influencer and they have a large social media following or something, but they're quite popular. They have a lot of visibility. With Maga, again, they could be someone who is really proud about their origins, their culture, their history. They could be interested in genetics, for instance. They also could have a strong interest in genetics itself. They could have also a strong interest in sports. That's another thing. And it's like they somehow naturally are propelled towards positions of visibility with these placements, you know. With Pushya, there's also this kind of like, also with Pushya and Shravana, there's kind of a nurturing vibe about them. I did say this and it's further reinforced. They're a good listener, for instance. They're someone who wants to be of service to others. They could have like almost kind of a mothering energy sometimes, but this is also someone capable of being fierce with all this Mars energy. There's a lot of passion here, a lot of creativity, you know. So this is what I'm getting, that there could be volatility. Like this person could swing from the highest highs to the lowest lows with their emotions and their energy. And Purva Bhadrapada is particularly interesting here because it's connected to being two-faced sometimes. And it's interesting because we have all of these signifiers of the occult like the 8th house energy, the Scorpio. And Purva Bhadrapada is kind of connected to all these as well, but from a different direction. So there could be like a dark sexiness about this person. Again, black magic woman. Like, even if this is a man, they could like give a black magic woman vibe, like according to that song. I don't know how to explain it, but something like that. You know, this could be the kind of person that as soon as they walk through the room, it's like you just get Black Magic Woman by Santana playing in your head. And yeah, there could be something magical and mystical about them, and they just easily attract attention. And I feel like a lot of people could be projecting their fantasies on them, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it could actually be someone who has a really hidden side, you know, like there are sides to them that you would never know exist. And I don't necessarily mean it in a bad way. It's not like they're going to be part of a gang. But it could just be that once you get to know them, you might be surprised by what they're really like or what their real interests are. And they could definitely be interested in stuff that is connected to the occult. There's also an interest towards things that maybe sometimes are a little bit morbid, maybe a little bit goth, a little bit dark, you know, like actual death. I mean, I'm not surprised entirely, actually, now that I look at this, because we did have the coffin. And Purva Bhadrapada is actually sometimes symbolized by the funeral cot, you know, like the front side of the funeral cot. It's also symbolized by the two-faced man sometimes. And Purva Bhadrapada is actually ruled by a deity connected to black magic. Like I said, black magic woman. Okay, I don't want to get too dark into it because it's not all bad. It's not all doom and gloom, but there could be some darkness there, all right? This is a person, this nakshatra, this Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra is very intense, all right? So this person could have a lot of intensity, even if it's not showing on the surface. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, this is a further confirmation that they could have a strong physique, broad shoulders, all that. They could be into staying physically fit and maybe interested in combat and stuff like that. They could be working in something to do with travel, or they could be traveling a lot as well with the Revati. Maybe they like flying especially, like maybe they're into, I don't know, learning how to fly. Maybe they're like a pilot, a stewardess. For some of you, that's more specific. They could also be really artistic, and they could be very stubborn. I feel like this is the kind of person, I'm getting kind of like the raging bull sort of energy here. Like this is the kind of person that they can be really calm and nice for long periods of time, but then when they've had enough, they will snap and like go on a stampede or something against everyone who pissed them off. So I'm getting a lot of fixed energy and a lot of heaviness and inertia here. All right, this is pretty much what I'm getting. Also, they could have a broad smile, they could have nice teeth, they could have an oval face, a prominent nose. Traditionally beautiful features though, like nice eyes especially, that's coming through strongly. They could also have nice skin, a very nice voice. There could also be something really mysterious about them with the K2 energy though. Alright, this is what I'm getting. Also, the chest area could really stand out, the chest and the shoulders. Alright. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? We have green eyes. I think green eyes came out already, so there's a double confirmation that this person could have green eyes for some of you, or greenish eyes. We have slim build. We have extroverted. We have broad shoulders again. Very strong confirmations. We have sporty casual style, confirmation with all the Mars energy. We have raspy voice, so the voice could be standing out. We have deep voice. The voice is really standing out. We have red auburn hair. Oh my god, this came out again. Okay, so they could have like reddish hair. Strong build, muscular. We have light tan skin. We have mischievous smile. That's a bit of Mercury energy. We have curly or wavy hair. We have triangular or heart-shaped face. That's a bit of Mercury energy as well. We have medium-sized lips. We have dark brown, black hair. We have melodious voice. Oh my god, so many things about the voice. And we have active, so someone who likes to stay physically active. Makes sense with all the Mars energy. All right, so this is what I have for you, pile number 2, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. I do take them into account. This topic was also voted on a community poll, so I do take them into account. Just wanting to let you know, if you're interested in supporting my channel further, you can do so by clicking on the join button, becoming a member, and contributing through a small monthly fee. And if you're interested in getting a private reading from me, you can find more information about that in the video description. I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings so far. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well. So if you're curious, go ahead and check it out, maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! So welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card, the Vow, with number 54 here, which boils down to a 9. And or this fluorite crystal. So this is the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the reading. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their future spouse? Tell me anything you wanna or can share about their future spouse for pile number 3. The fluorites, the fluorite people. Ace of Swords, Temperance, 10 of Cups, okay. Queen of Wands, 6 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. All right, let me get more cards. Tell me about pile number 3, Spirit. Who is pile number... This one just flipped out, but I'm going to stick it in, see if it comes through again. Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 3's future spouse? Anything you want to share about this person? I would be really grateful. We have the Hierophant, the 8 of Wands, the King of... Actually, wait, the Seeker, no. I think this is the Queen. Oh my god, is this the Queen of Wands? I have to check, to be honest, because I don't know exactly. 7 of Pentacles, Seeker of Challenges. Again, I think Seeker is maybe Page or Knight, but I have to check. And we have 6 of Visions, which is the 6 of Cups. So let me check. Okay, so Seeker is Knight. So we have Knight of Wands and we have the Knight of Swords. All right. Let's get some more cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3's future spouse. Who is this person? Anything you can tell me about pile number 3's future spouse? Tell me, who is pile number 3's future spouse, Spirit? Who is this person? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. So we... Oh my god, what is this doing here? I have to pull out another card. Spirit, tell me, who is pile number 3's future spouse? Okay. So we have 29 women. Let's see, what's written in here? We have women, question, herself, femininity, female, wife, and that's pretty much what I can make out from this card. Okay, we have hyena, fear. number 38, which boils down to a master number 11 because it's 3 plus 8. We have idleness with number 21 with the turtle here with moss growing on its back, okay? And we have the moth and the eucalyptus, an ending with the number 13. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, we have a number. Oh my god, we have the number 11 twice here. 38, 29, those are number 11. And we have 21 with idleness, and we have number 13. Okay. And we have number 54, which boils down to a 9. I'm already getting Barney energy from this person, but I'm going to hold that thought. Let's see what else I get as I go along. So what I'm getting with this person is this is someone who's very intelligent. They could be someone who really addresses an audience with their, there's someone who shares knowledge to an audience with the Ace of Swords and the Hierophant underneath. They're definitely someone who is an intellectual here. And I'm also getting that this person is someone who has worked really hard to get to where they are at the moment when you meet them. They're someone who's still very much focused on self-development, progression. They're someone with an attitude of slow and steady wins the race, which makes sense here with the idleness. I don't like to think of it as idleness, but more like someone who maybe takes their time, but they're also really thorough. This also gives me the vibe of someone who has a shadow side potentially, but then who doesn't, you know? It's just that this person could have had some really bad experiences in the past that still haunt them today. They are definitely someone you're going to build a happy family with, a happy home with, because look at this. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands underneath. This is someone who's very motivated by family. They're very motivated to to have a legacy, to build a strong family unit. And yeah, they put a high value on family in general. And most likely you two will have children because of this energy. We also have the 8 of Wands and the Temperance. So this person is a very strong manifester. I feel like this could be someone who has maybe unusual hobbies or an unusual line of work, because we have the Temperance and we have the 8 of Wands underneath. So this is a person who's not afraid to march to the beat of their own drum. They could be someone who has very strange visions and ideas. I'm getting maybe a bit of Aquarius energy here as well, but I'm going to see what I get with the, as I progress. We also have the number 11 coming out twice, which kind of makes me think of Aquarius because it's the 11th sign. And yeah, also connected to spiritual knowledge. Aquarius is the most spiritual sign according to Vedic astrology, as opposed to the most religious sign, which is maybe Pisces, maybe Capricorn, depending on how you look at it. But anyway, let me not digress. I also feel a lot of fixed energy in general with this person. So a lot of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. This person is someone who is going to be moving through... I'm getting that song, The Winds of Change by the Scorpions. I think it's by the Scorpions. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I don't remember the lyrics, to be honest. But the song, something about the winds of change anyway. So this person is someone who is learning to embrace change. I feel like they're not the most flexible individual starting out. There's someone who maybe has some pretty rigid ideas about a lot of things, at least at the onset. So like when you get to know them, or it could be like at the time when you see this reading, not necessarily when you meet them or when you get to know them. There's someone who maybe has some really rigid ideas and ideals about how their life should work out and how things are supposed to be. But as they progress in life, they become more and more flexible. And I'm also seeing a lot of aggression actually with this person. Like there's a lot of fighting spirit with them, but it's not in a negative sense. They're someone who really doesn't back down from challenges and basically takes the bull by the horns, you know? This could be someone that you have known for a while, maybe even from your youth or their youth. But this is quite specific. Definitely not for everyone. For some of you, it could be, though. Like, it could be someone that maybe you knew since grade school or something. And it's like somehow the universe will conspire to bring you together. But I see also that this person's ultimate development is kind of getting in touch with their childlike energy and, you know, learning to do what they love for a living. I feel like learning to just, again, waltz to their own tune, you know, like, you know, or dance to the beat of their own drum, you know, ignore society's expectations. And I feel like this person has a really specific mission in life somehow. Like, they could have a very original plan or idea or something that they want to put into practice. It could be that they have like a dual profession somehow, or they could be like juggling two things that are very dichotomous, you know, very paradoxical. So I don't know, maybe they're someone who, what kind of an example can I think of? Let me think. You know, someone who, let's say, knows psychology, but also uses numerology in their practice, for instance, right? Something like that could be unusual, like something that is not mainstream like that. Or it could be someone who has like maybe 2 college degrees in fields that seem very different, and they somehow work in both of them, or they work in some kind of a line of work where they use their knowledge from both fields. You know, that's the best way I can explain it. But there's someone who's really unique and original. All right, so this is what I'm getting from the cards. Let me get astrological notes. What can you tell me, Spirit, about pile number 3's future spouse? Okay, we have Leo, the extrovert. We have Lilith, wild femininity. I don't know why I'm turning them backwards, but Saturn, limits and lessons. And we have Venus, beauty, love and beauty, and Gemini, the communicative. So this person is really attractive. To be fair, I feel like pretty much everyone so far has gotten pretty attractive spouses. But for you, it's like right off the bat. I mean, we have Venus, we have Lilith. This person could be really seductive here. There's a bit of a seductress, slight siren energy here. Just to give an example, Marilyn Monroe had Lilith rising. But of course, not everyone's going to be Marilyn Monroe with this spread. They're not going to marry some kind of a Marilyn Monroe person. And if this is a man, I don't know, like a Rudolph Valentino maybe, someone who's like a male siren that a lot of women... Camera interrupted, but I'm back. Also with Leo, the extrovert, you know, there's a lot of leadership ability with this person, a lot of masculine energy, and they really stand out. With Saturn, there's a lot of maturity. So I feel like with Saturn here, there could be a significant age difference between the two of you. Either that, or they're just someone who is really mature for their age. Either they're actually older, or they're just mature, like I said. So they could be like younger than you, but maybe they're mature. And we have a Gemini. Also, this is a person who's really communicative, who likes to socialize. And there's also a touch of youthfulness about them. So they have this kind of dichotomous energy again between youthfulness and maturity and seriousness. They're someone who's really perseverant, and they, you know, they're the kind of person that plans and they stick to a plan until it is completed. You know, they think in the long term. And yeah, also Saturn is a confirmation of this turtle energy, you know, this tortoise energy actually, of like slow and steady wins the race. Like this person could really take their time, and maybe this connection could take some time to develop as well. They could be someone who works at night or spends a lot of time awake at night. With Venus, there's a lot of beauty here. This is a person who might also be artistic, like they really appreciate art and music. But they're also just someone who is very romantic, and they could have like a really pretty face, especially, you know, like nice eyes, nice lips. They could have a nice voice as well. And yeah, this person comes across as predominantly extroverted, I feel, but they also have like a rich inner world. So this could be like, for instance, an introvert who just learns how to present a face to the world because they know what's expected of them in order to succeed on a social level, you know? Yeah, this is pretty much what I'm getting. So let me get more indicators. So let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3's future spouse. Who is this person, Spirit? Okay, we have number 11, confirmation of what I was talking about with the Aquarius energy. We also have Libra, and we have Mars. Oh no, we have Venus. Oh my god. So we have Venus twice. Strong confirmation. Okay, so further confirmation that this person is quite sensuous. They could also have placements in Libra, Taurus. They could have placements in the Libra ruled nakshatras, or the Venus ruled nakshatras, not the Libra ruled nakshatras, meaning Bharani nakshatra. I did say Bharani from the beginning when I got this card. I said I'm getting Bharani vibes when I got this card. Anyway, so there could be Bharani placements, there could be Purva Falguni or Purva Ashadha. And we also, with the number 11, there could have placements in Aquarius. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, more indicators about pile number 3's future spouse. Who is this person, Spirit? Who is this person's future spouse? Oh my god. We have the death stuff. I mean, we have we have a skull and bones. So that's Saturn, because Saturn rules the bones, and it also rules karma and death to some extent, and all our fears and stuff, including the fear of death. So yeah, I feel like it's just confirmation of that energy. This person could be really serious, you know, very, very no nonsense, and they know what is important in life. And they're also the kind of person who knows what they want, and they make a plan and they stick to it. Like I said, they don't let anything or anyone get in their way. We also have this sword, which does not surprise me with the Knight of Swords coming out. So this person could have a tendency to be quite impetuous, maybe sometimes aggressive, you know, in pursuing their ambitions, their goals. There could be some Aries maybe going on as well, maybe Kritika energy as well. But we'll see what we get when I go along with the astrological notes. And we also have a snowflake here. This makes me think of winter, which again could be connected to Saturn. I mean, Saturn is everything that has to do with darkness, barrenness, like the opposite of lush and flourishing. So that includes winter, you know. Could also be that maybe winter is significant with this person. It could be that you will meet in winter or you get together in winter. Could also be that this person is quite sensitive, you know. Makes me think of that, you know, trope of the snowflake. But anyway, we have dream and we have hope. Could be that you will dream about this person before you meet them, or they will dream about you. Maybe they will remind you of someone you saw in a dream. I walked with you once upon a dream. You know that song from, I think it was like Anastasia or something. I don't even know where it came out originally, but I think you know what I'm talking about. I think Lana Del Rey covered it as well. Anyway, we have a microphone, which is kind of a confirmation of that number 11 in Aquarius. This person could be addressing a wide audience. We also have the Hierophant here. So they could even be like in a religious organization. I don't know. Maybe they could be a deacon in church or something. They're addressing a wider audience. Or they could just be someone who has a social media following. They're active online. And they're advertising maybe their work through the online medium. But somehow they're connected to a wide audience. We also have Mama. We have Mama and this, little heart. So this person, again, they could be, it makes me think of, I don't want to say like mommy issues, because that's what's coming out in my head, but I feel like maybe there's someone who, yeah, has a kind of a nurturing side. They know how to take care of children. They like children, stuff like that. Could be something to do. Maybe they even have kids. Like, I don't know. Or it could just be that this person is really crazy about children and they really want them, because we do have the Ten of Cups here, like I said. So this person definitely dreams of having a family, you know. They want to have kids. It's part of the deal for them. And we have the Star here, which again makes me think of more Aquarius energy. Like, I feel like this person is quite well known, really, for you more than the other piles. And we have the Elephant, which again makes me think of Bharani energy, maybe Revati as well, which is connected to the Elephant. That's Vedic astrology, sorry. We also have a bone here, which again makes me think of the Saturn energy, but also makes me think of, you know, the dog with a bone or something, like a dog chasing a bone. Someone who's really kind of determined. When they set eyes on something, they don't let go. So, And also with the Saturn, it just makes me think of durability, because again, if you know from Vedic astrology, Saturn rules things like time, things that take a long time to come to fruition. So it could just be that you're going to be married for a long time, potentially until the end with this person, you know, like until one of you passes away, you know. With the Lilith energy, there could also be like a really compulsive attraction between the two of you. There could be like maybe a background difference between the two of you, but somehow you will be so attracted that you just don't care about the differences in background. There could be oppositions coming from one or both of your families against your union, though. This is what I'm getting. And this person could also just have this really kind of rebellious energy about them. Like, there's someone who, yeah, I said this repeatedly, Aquarius energy, and someone who waltzes to their own tune, you know? Okay, this is what I'm getting. Let me get some more astrological notes. All right, let me get some nakshatras and stuff. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3's future spouse. Who is this person? All right, that's enough, I think. That is enough. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3's future spouse. Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Spirit, tell me. Okay. So we have Pushya Nakshatra. Actually, let me start with these. I shouldn't have started with those. Okay, let's see the Pisces. Okay, the signs and the planets first. Pisces energy. Venus. Wow. This is the third time, the third Venus. There's a lot of Venus. You know, now I'm getting that song by Bananarama with She's Got It. Yeah, baby, she's got it. Gemini twice. Okay, they could have prominent Gemini placements. We have Libra the second time. Man, so many confirmations. And wow, I cannot. Saturn, okay. Saturn for the second time. So many confirmations. Okay, so Spirit is definitely paying attention here. We have Hasta Nakshatra, which is falling in Virgo, ruled by the moon. We have, oh my god, Bharani, which is ruled by Venus. Strong confirmation. I did say this. We have Jyeshta, which is ruled by Mercury, falling in Scorpio. We have Purva Ashadha, which is ruled by Venus. Confirmation, because I did say the Venus ruled nakshatras could be prominent. And we have Swati. Okay, that explains the popularity factor here. Falling in Libra, ruled by Rahu. They could have a strong social media following, like I said. We have Punarvasu, okay. Falling in Gemini and Cancer, ruled by Jupiter. So, like I said, this is a confirmation of the Hierophant. They could actually be some kind of a religious leader. Pushya twice. Okay, falling in Cancer, ruled by Saturn. A lot of Saturn energy. We have Mrigashira falling in Gemini Taurus, ruled by Mars. And we have Mula Nakshatra, which is falling in Sagittarius, ruled by Ketu. Okay, before I continue with some potential interpretations, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. And also please comment in the comment section with any feedbacks you would have to share or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. All right, thanks. Moving on. So with respect to these placements, so very strong confirmations that this person has like prominent Saturn energy. We have Pushya coming out twice, which is the nakshatra ruled by Saturn, which is also connected to that very nurturing energy, you know, so this person could have kind of a motherly side to them, you know, with the mama heart here coming out, that as a confirmation as well. They could be nurturing, they could really like kids. Like I said, maybe they work with kids. For some of you, that would not be surprising. Or they are particularly connected to maternity, like an obstetrician or something. That would make sense with a Barney as well. Or also with Barney, this person has a lot of sensuality and they're very interested in wealth. All right, with Punarvasu, like I said, they could be someone who is involved in actual religious work, or they're just very involved, let's say, in their organized religion, or like a spiritual group even. Doesn't have to be like an organized religion. But somehow, yeah, there could be like a spiritual teacher or talking about spiritual topics on a regular basis. They could also be someone who succeeds at something for the second try. So like maybe they started a career but they failed and then tried again later and succeeded, that kind of thing. With Pusha, they could be working in anything where they're nurturing or they're like providing service to a wide audience, like working with maybe underprivileged people, doing charity work, being like a social worker. With Mrigashira, they could be very investigative, like they could have a very curious, inquisitive mind. Maybe they really like to investigate, they like to research, they're really good at these kinds of things, they have a very sharp intuition. So they could be like a natural detective or psychologist even without actually working in these fields. They could also really like animals, and animals could be drawn to them. They could particularly like forests and maybe even work in something to do with animal conservation, nature conservation, something like that. With Mula, again, there's like a reinforced theme of research. They could also be interested in things like history, archaeology, you know, like the history of their culture, their family lineage, genetics, stuff like that could be a thing. They could also have a pretty intense energy. There's a lot of root chakra energy with Mula. It's actually called the root sometimes. So there are people who like to get to the bottom of things on the one hand, but also they have a lot of root chakra energy, which means that they could be really sexual. With Gieshta, there's someone who is self-made, potentially, like someone who has worked through, someone who has basically achieved things through their own efforts. Even if this is someone who comes from a rather, let's say, privileged background, they take their success to an even greater height than anyone else in their family has done up until that point. They could actually be looked at as kind of like an elder, quote unquote, in the family, like seen with a lot of respect. Even if this is not the eldest sibling, for instance, they could be the kind of people that the older sibling will go to them for advice or something. With Hasta, they could really like to work with their hands. They could be interested in magic tricks. They might be playing an instrument. They could also just use their hands a lot to communicate. Their hands and their arms could really stand out somehow. Maybe they have very pretty hands. They could also be very creative, very into music, and anything involving the imagination. They could also have like eye colors that are towards the greenish side. So like they could have like little tints of green in their eyes no matter what the predominant color is. Okay, that's Pushya, which came out twice. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm seeing here. Okay, moving on to the physical characteristics. Alright, so let's get some physical characteristics. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is pile number 3's spouse? Future spouse. All right, nothing wants to come out. That's very interesting. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? Who is pile number 3's? Okay, that's enough. Future spouse. Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? Spirit. All right. So, one thing that I want to say, I'm not sure about this one. One thing I want to say before I get to the physical characteristics, I know some people are not going to like them. They're going to say that they're not specific. There's no way that these can be super specific for everyone who's watching because I'm reading for a lot of people. But I do consider them to be helpful because for some people, they could get confirmations about a particular person that they have on their mind. So that's what I wanted to say. And also, before I go on with it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Also, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. The recording interrupted. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. All right, moving on to the physical characteristics. So here goes. We have strong build, robust. We have black eyes, brown hair, brown eyes, hooded eyes. That's kind of Scorpio energy. We have curly or wavy hair. That's a confirmation of the Purva Ashadha energy. We have thin lips. We have youthful. We have short to medium height. Okay. Let's see. We have mischievous smile. That's kind of Mercury energy. We have strong build, muscular. So repeated themes here. We have cheek dimples. We have medium tan skin. We have brown eyes twice. We have relaxed, so their overall vibe can be relaxed. We have dark tan skin. We have fair skin, so it's all across the board here. We have broad smile. That's Leo energy. We have strong jaw. That's Leo energy. We have blue or gray eyes. We have slim build. So the build is, again, pretty broad. Beauty spot on the face. I mean, on a broad spectrum. We have raspy voice. So the voice could be standing out. We have round eyes. We have green eyes. All right, so it just stopped recording. Oh my God. Sorry, I had to. Yeah. Unfortunately, it stopped recording, so I'm going to have to go through all of them all over again. All right, just starting with the red one. So we have medium tan skin. We have cheek dimples. We have strong build, muscular. Mischievous smile. Broad smile. Blue-gray eyes. Slim build. Strong jaw. Beauty spot on the face. Came out twice. Relaxed, as in their vibe could be relaxed. Fair skin. We also have brown eyes. Dark tan skin. Green eyes. Short to medium height. We have round eyes. Raspy voice. Aquiline nose. Wavy hair or curly hair. We have active, mischievous smile, older or more mature. Light to medium blonde hair. Aquiline nose, which can be very Saturnian. We have straight hair. We have tattoo. I think active. Did I say active? It came out once. And we have younger or youthful. So the fact that we have both older and younger could just show that there could be an age gap for many of you. So since we have Saturn here, usually Saturn can show a significant age gap. I'm talking 7+ years or so. So for some of you, it could be the case. For others, it could just be that this person looks either they can be older and they are younger than they act younger than their age, or they have a youthful energy, they look younger than their age, or it could be the other way around, you know. So take it however it resonates. But this has been pretty much it, pile number 3. I hope you have enjoyed this, and if you have, don't forget again to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover on this channel. Also, if you would like to support my channel further, you can click on the join button and become a member. And in addition to that, if you would like a personal tarot reading from me, you can check the video description for more information about how to contact me. And also, you can find a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, which is the main form of astrology I've studied for over 10 years now. But I also have more than 20 years in total experience in reading horoscopes, starting out with tropical astrology and also dabbled in multiple other systems. But on my astrology channel, I mainly focus on the Vedic system because I have found it to be the most useful and efficient. So if you're curious about it, check out the link in the description. Maybe subscribe to my astrology channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Thank you. Bye.